Hi, Miss Jackson. It's wonderful to see you again. How are you doing today?
Hi, Miss Sandelin. I'm doing really well. It's been a good day so far. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. So, as you know, this is our last meeting together. We've been working up to this point for the last 9 months or so, and I know you've been a little anxious about that up to this point. How are you feeling about that today?
Yeah, I was nervous at first about our meetings coming to an end just because we've been working together for the past 9 months so regularly. But I'm actually feeling really good about it today. I'm excited to see where I can go from here.
This is excellent news, Miss Jackson. Okay, the first thing I wanted us to go over today were some of the goals that we had set in our previous meetings, and seeing as how far we've come, and seeing how far we've come in those areas. Let's go over some of them one at a time. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, awesome. All right, so the first goal we had set was to help you get your drinking under control because that had been affecting a lot of the other areas of your life. We had discussed regularly going to AA meetings and finding a sponsor. Have you been successful in doing that?
Yes, I have. I had some trouble in the beginning staying sober, but thanks to my sponsor, I am now 3.5 months sober. I go to all my AA meetings. I try to go one every few days, and I am in contact with my sponsor all the time.
That's excellent news, Miss Jackson. I'm so glad this particular goal has gone so well. I know that this particular issue is making many other things in your life very difficult. The second main goal that we had set was about finding a job. I know we worked on your resume and discussed sending your resume and some applications out to a few different companies. Were you able to work on this goal and make some progress in this area?
Yes, I was. I sent out my resume and a few applications, and I actually have a couple of job interviews lined up for the next couple of weeks. I'm excited to see what I can make of this, and I know that getting a steady job will greatly improve my situation. I was able to find a part time job in the meantime, so I am able to make some money and start saving, but I am hoping for something a little more stable in the future.
I'm glad to hear that you're able to get some interviews lined up, and I love that you decided to save money in the meantime. I know struggling with money has been one of the things we've worked on so far, so I'm glad to hear that you were able to. I'm glad that you're taking that initiative and working on it. Okay, so the last of our major goals that we needed to work on was finding you a more permanent, safe, and steady place to live. I know we talked about different apartments and maybe even finding some government assisted housing. Have you had any luck in this area?
Well, actually, this is the one goal that I have not been able to completely figure out so far. I tried to find an apartment to live in, but every time I go to look or think about it, I get really stressed and can't focus on the task anymore. I know that I should be looking more actively and I want to have my own place to live, but I just don't know how to get to that point.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're feeling just general worry and stress about moving into your own space and that you might need some additional help in this area. Do I have that correct?
Yes, that's exactly it. I've been feeling so much anxiety about this recently, and I would love your help in this area. I feel like moving into my own space will make it easy for bad habits to resurface and set me back.
Okay, well, knowing this and being worried about it already puts you in a better position to take control of the situation and make things easier. Have you talked to your sponsor at all about this as well?
Yeah, I briefly mentioned it to my sponsor, but I've had some trouble opening up about these issues with others.
Yeah, having trouble being open about this is a common thing, but you just have to remember that your sponsor, myself, and many others just want to see you succeed, and you can come to us if you have any issues. Where are you currently staying? Do you have a safe place to stay as of right now?
Yeah, so I've been able to stay with a few different friends on their couches or guest rooms. If I have a night where a friend can't help me, then I sleep in my car, which isn't so bad. I'll also do my best to reach out more to my sponsor and ask people for help when I need it.
I'm glad to hear that you're able to reach out for help when you need it, Miss Jackson. This is one of the hardest. That is one of the hardest steps to take. I'll also say I can give you the resources to help you find your own place to live when you're ready for it. It's good to hear that for the most part you have a safe environment to sleep in, but I do advise against sleeping in your car, especially as it starts to get warmer outside. That can be dangerous. All right, let's revisit continuing with your goals in a few minutes. For now, I'd like to take some feedback from you about your time spent in our sessions. In particular, I know that we've covered a lot of groundwork in our sessions together, and you've made some changes in your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. I wanted to know if there was anything about our sections that stuck out to you as particularly significant.
I know I've changed a lot since we first started working together. Honestly, this whole process has helped me so much to realize exactly what was going on in my life that led me to this point. And I know that working with you has been so beneficial for me. One of the most significant parts of our time together has been that you always listen to what I'm telling you and you give me suggestions for goals that, while difficult, are not unattainable. I used to think about doing some of the things we discussed, but you narrowed it down and made the process so easy to follow along and ultimately complete.
I'm so glad to hear that, Miss Jackson. I know that this process has not always been the easiest, but it feels that you've taken incredibly well to the goals and contracts we have worked through. As we discussed, you have made tremendous progress with your goals, and you've given yourself the groundwork for making life in the future much more enjoyable. Do you get this sense as well?
Yes, 100%. Working through the goals has been a difficult but worthwhile process that I definitely needed to do. I know that I'll continue to grow in the future even after our meetings have concluded.
That's so good to hear, Miss Jackson. Speaking of the future, I was wondering if you would want to share some of your goals for the future.
Sure, my goals for the future are to continue going to AA meetings and stay sober, of course. I also hope to find my own place when I'm ready for the responsibility of doing that. I also hope to reconnect with some of my family. I know that my drinking has allowed me to drift away from them and I need to make amends, and I want to regain that part of my life.
I think all of those goals are admirable and make perfect sense for you and your situation. I know that if you continue practicing what we've discussed over the last 9 months, you should be able to accomplish those goals and continue to set new ones for yourself. I wanted to ask you about the assessment tool that we used earlier in our relationship. We went through the activities of daily living tool. How was your experience with this tool? And do you feel that it was helpful during your time here?
The ADL tool was incredibly helpful. It was a little difficult to see those results sometimes, but I think it was a great way for me to know how capable I am of being independent. I also know I could go back through those questions the more I have my feet under me and reevaluate how I'm doing.
That's excellent news. I'm so glad that you found the assessment tool useful and that you can see it being useful still in the future, Miss Jackson. You've displayed many strengths throughout our time together, and I was wondering if you could go into what you think your personal strengths are.
I believe that I am strong and I know what I am capable of now. I also think that I know more about myself as a person and I'm able to recognize when I need to reach out and ask for help from those around me. My strengths are certainly going to help me accomplish my goals.
I completely agree with you, Miss Jackson. You have shown over these last 9 months that you are learning very quickly how to handle life's challenges. I'm excited to see where you go from here. Next in our meeting, I was hoping we could discuss how we're feeling. I know that at the end of this relationship, I'm always feeling feeling a lot of different emotions, and I was wondering if you were experiencing this as well and would share those feelings with me.
I am definitely feeling many things right now. I'm a mixture of relief that we're done, hesitation about being more on my own and having to do everything myself, and excitement about the future. I feel like our time in these 9 months has been very productive, and while I know that I have more I need to work on, I am excited to see where the future takes me.
Yes, I'm definitely feeling some of those same emotions as well. In addition, I'm feeling excited for your future and optimistic about the goals that we have in place. I'm glad that you're not feeling overly sad or scared about our time coming to an end. I know that we've talked about this day, but it still manages to sneak up on some people. I'm feeling a little sad myself about our time coming to an end and saying goodbye, but I'm also happy that you're moving forward in your life. Miss Jackson, our meeting time has come to an end and we are at a place where we conclude our final meeting. Do you have anything you want to add to what's already been said?
No, I don't think so, not at this time. I know that you've given me the tools to accomplish my goals, and I am ready to move forward.
I'm so glad to hear that, Miss Jackson. I will leave you with more information on housing options and wish you luck with your future goals and endeavors. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. Keep me updated on your progress, and remember that you can always call my office if you ever need anything.
Thank you so much, Miss Sando, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day, and I've appreciated our time together. Thank you again.
You're welcome, Miss Jackson. Goodbye.